सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्लोका नंबर 30. अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः। So Bhagavan talked about the topic of Loka Sangraha from the second half of the 20th shloka up to the 29th shloka. The essence of that discussion, that if a wise person is in a particular setup which demands activity, then the wise person will not run away from doing those activities. And the question is that why will he do the activities? He will do the activities for Loka Sangraha. And Loka Sangraha means not misleading people, avoidance of misleading people by setting a wrong example. Because if a wise person doesn't do the duty remaining in the setup which demands duty, then other people also will follow that. And human being always wants some precedence to follow some wrong example. Right example they will not follow, but wrong example they will follow. And therefore, wise person, even though she doesn't require any action for oneself, but still he will do it Loka Sangraha, or leading the people to the right path, or avoiding the misleading people to the wrong path. And then in the 30th shloka, what is the approach of a Karma Yogi? What is the essence of the Karma Yoga? What are the aspects of Karma Yoga? It's a very comprehensive shloka, the 30th shloka, where different aspects of Karma Yoga are beautifully and comprehensively presented. The first thing is Yudhyasva, means Karma Yoga involves doing one's duty. Whatever I am supposed to do, I do. Not that what I like to do, I do. If I am a student, I do the duty of a student. If I am a householder, I do the duty of a householder. then I should not try to do things like sannyasi. I do like this householder. If I am a brahmachari, I behave, I follow the script of a brahmachari. If I am a mother, I do the duty of mother. Thus, this first thing of karma yoga is swadharmanushtanam. Not doing by, not going by ragadvesha, but going by the sense of duty. That is the first thing. Second thing is adhyatma chetasa. And adhyatma chetasa can mean viveka buddhi, the shreya and preya, the permanent well-being and temporary well-being. So this person has got some viveka that finally I want to pursue moksha, and for that this karma yoga is useful. That type of understanding, that type of discrimination is called adhyatma chetas. Or another thing which Bhashyakara suggests is this devotion for the Lord. Karma yoga is possible only when one has devotion for the Lord. The devotion less karma yoga is not possible. The secular karma yoga is not possible. Nowadays in management, the workshop, they try to present karma yoga without bringing Ishvara. Secular karma yoga. Our tradition, secular karma yoga is not there. Karma yoga means it should be Ishvara involved. Karma yoga is based on the devotion for Ishvara. Because the attitude is I offer karma to Ishvara. When can I have the attitude of offering to the Lord? When I have Shraddha in Ishvara, some love for Ishvara, then only it is possible. And therefore, second thing is devotion. Third thing is Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya. Offering all karmas to the Lord. Means all actions become the means for worshipping the Lord. Then the next one is Nirashihi. Nirashihi means not having material expectation from this doing these duties. Even if material expectation is there, it is not primary one. It is secondary. Even material benefits I want so that I can do more dharma. And thus, primary desire is for inner growth, chitta shuddhi, and therefore nirashihi, not having the obsessive desire for material progress only. And nirmamaha, not having the possessiveness about the result, that this is my result. Whatever be the result, I share with others. And whatever things are given to me, I know myself to be temporary user of the things. I am only custodian. I am not the owner of anything. That's why Gandhiji gave the principle of trusteeship. I am the trustee of all the properties I have. I am trustee of my family, trustee of the things which are there in the house. Not mama. There is a beautiful shloka which says, Mameti badhyate jantuhu. By this mamakara, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, by that the person is bound. And namameti vimuchyate. When he gives up mamakara, based on giving up ahankara, then he vimuchyate. And therefore, for bandha, bondage, what is the key word? Mama. For moksha, what is the key word? Nirmama. Na mama. And that is said here, nirmamo bhutva. Because of mamakara, our perception of situation is distorted. If somebody is mine, then even though he is doing wrong things, it is okay. Somebody is not mine, then he does wrong thing, I am angry. But somebody is mine, my person, then also he should be released, he should not be punished. That is why the children of politicians, they do wrong things and they get away with it. Because mama. Otherwise, they say that anybody does any violation of the law should be punished. But when it comes to mama, then different philosophy. And therefore, person gets bound by mamakara. Therefore, nirmamaha bhutva. And next one is the vigata jvaraha. Vigata jvara means free from fever of sadness, sorrow. A person has got samatvam. So here vigata jvara means free from reactiveness. Samatva buddhi. So a person is taking the situations in this with samatva buddhi. Means if it is more than expectation, also prasada. Less also prasada. Opposite also prasada. And person is relatively calm, free from sadness. That is karma yogi. So one sign of karma yogi is that he or she will be relatively free from sadness. Because when you are sad, then what happens? Your capacity to do things will be reduced. Sadness will reduce your energy. And therefore, it is said Vigata Jvaraha. And also Vigata Jvara has got the meaning free from any anxiety, tension. He does what is to be done, but there is no anxiety for result. There is no tension with regard to what is going to happen. That Vigata Jvaraha. And that is possible because a person does not have obsessive desire for material gain. If a person while doing the action is thinking of this material benefit only, he or she will not be able to do it well. Recently somebody told me that one player from Thailand, he was playing snooker and he came up very well. And in this championship, I think world championship, he was ahead compared to his competitor by 5-12. Means he was having 12 points, other opposite side 5. He was about to win. But then when he was having this 5-12, the 12-5 score, that time this thought came. He was coming from very poor background. And he knows that the prize money is some $1 million or something. So he thought that when I get this prize, I will buy a house for my father. I will buy a house for my father. So he said, I was thinking of house, so in front of me only house was coming, ball was not seen. And therefore from 12-5 he lost the game. He was about to win, 15 points he will win. From that 12-5 he lost the game. Why? Because in the front of his house only he was appearing. Ball he did not see. So the anxiety for the result, the obsession for the result, how it reduces our efficiency. It was a very good example. Somebody told me recently. I said that's a very good example to show that Karma Yoga is the best attitude for doing your action. Karma Yoga means what? You focus on what is to be done. Result will be taken care of. You plan all the factors involved in the accomplishment of the action, accomplishment of the result, whatever needs to be done to make the action better, you do. Take care of all factors. But focus on action. If you focus on the result, this is what happened. From 12-5, person can lose. Therefore, nirashihi nirmamo bhutva vigata jvaraha. There is no tension about the result. So these are the aspects, 6 aspects of Karma Yoga beautifully mentioned. If a person does this sadhana of Karma Yoga, then what will happen to him? That is said in the next shloka. Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha Shraddhavanto na suyantah Muchyante tepi karmabhihi. So here Karma Yoga is glorified in these shlokas, especially these 2 shlokas, 31 and 32. And the glorification is done in 2 ways. One is a positive way, another is a non-positive way. In Sanskrit it is called Anvaya and Vyatireka. Means if Karma Yoga is followed, then what is the benefit? That is one way of glorifying Karma Yoga. If Karma Yoga is not followed, what is the benefit? That is how this all, that when I do the research and some study for any medicine effectiveness, that's how they do. If medicine is taken, what is the benefit? And there is a control group, they call it. Control group means they don't take medicine. So if medicine is not taken, what happens? And if medicine is taken, what happens? Based on that, the effectiveness of medicine is talked about. Similarly, here Bhagavan is doing. One is this main group where this Karma Yoga is followed. Then what happens to them? And in the next sloka it will be said, if Karma Yoga is not followed, what happens to them? So here he says, Ye manavaha. Manavaha means human beings. Ye, who? Anutishtanti means follow, practice. Idam me matam. This teaching of mine, this teaching of Karma Yoga. So any human beings who follow my teaching of Karma Yoga. But some people say, Swamiji, every month, once a week, once I follow. Every first date of the month, I follow Karma Yoga. Rest of the days I cannot follow. Bhagavan said that will not give so much benefit. It is something like somebody says, I will take diabetes medicine only once a week. That doesn't work. It has to be taken every day. Once a week it doesn't work. Is there a medicine which once a week works for diabetes? No. I have to check with doctors. Swami, now modern has come. Yeah, you can perhaps, there is some medicine is coming that will control, they will put some, what is called some strap, and then you will get insulin. That is going to come, but it has to be there all the day. Every day it should be there. Nityam. So Bhagavan said, Nityam means regularly, always. People, those who follow Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is not like 1 hour sadhana. Like puja you can do, say Swamiji, every day 1 hour I do puja. That is okay. But you cannot say every day 1 hour I do Karma Yoga. Even though in some ashrama that service is called Karma Yoga. 1 hour service will be there, like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, here we have some. But 2 to 3 Karma Yoga. What does it mean? The other time they are not doing Karma Yoga. That is not a right name. Therefore we don't call it Karma Yoga here. You can call it Seva. But Karma Yoga is not part-time job. It's not like part-time sadhana. Moment you get up, your Karma Yoga starts. Karma Yoga means offering every action to the Lord. Even you are taking bath, that also you offer to the Lord. You are brushing your teeth, offer to the Lord. You are taking tea, you are taking breakfast, every action you offer to the Lord. Yat karoshi yadashtasi yat josi dadasi yat. Whatever you do, everything is offered. Therefore, Karma Yoga is not like a part-time, this 1 hour job. Nitya manutishtanti. Because Karma Yoga is doing your action with proper attitude. Therefore, he says, Ye nitya manutishtanti. And why they are able to follow? He says they are Shraddhavantaha. Shraddhavanta means they are endowed with Shraddha in Bhagavan and Shastra. That Shastra, Bhagavan are telling that Karma Yoga is good for me, and therefore they follow Shraddha. And Anasuyantaha. Anasuyantaha means not finding fault. The people who are free from Asuya, one particular quality is called Asuya. What is Asuya? Guneshu doshavishkaranam. Means finding the fault even in the virtues. It is something like somebody is going to the temple every day. And this person is so critic. He said, you are going to temple because you want something from Bhagavan. You are a very selfish fellow. You are very gross. You are still asking things for Bhagavan. He is doing a good thing. He is going to the temple. You are getting up at 8 o'clock. He gets up at 4 o'clock and goes to the temple. He cannot go. This fellow 8 o'clock getting up person cannot go. But one who is going, to that person he will criticize. There are some people who themselves do not do seva of some Swamiji. But if others are doing, it's a, you are trying to be favorite to Swamiji. You become chamcha of Swamiji. Like that they will say. Chamcha, you know, here India, here also they use the word. Yeah, you are trying to be favorite to Swamiji. You want some favor from Swamiji. That person may be doing out of love and respect for Swamiji, but others will say like this. Anything somebody does good, This person, he himself doesn't do, very lazy fellow, but he is very active in finding fault in others. See, you go to somebody's house and 6, 7 items are made. You should praise that. Instead of oh, this you did not make. Or this you should have made in this Kerala method. You made it by Tamil method. In avial, no, there are two ways, Tamil avial and Kerala avial. So he will say, if he has made Kerala method, then you should have made it Tamil method. If he has made Tamil method, he said, no, Kerala is better. This is called fault finding. Oh, this Swamiji is talking, but he does not quote this Upanishad Vakya. Something fault finding. This is called Asuya. This is what is that is called that proofreader's mind. It is worse than proofreaders. At least proofreader is seeing the fault where it is. This person is worse than that. Fault is really not there. He is imagining, because he feels good in putting others down. He himself cannot grow. Therefore, what he does, he tries to put others down so that he can feel big. And that is called Asuya. That this person is Anasuyantaha, not finding the fault in the teaching of Bhagavan, and he has got Shraddha in Shastra, and therefore Anutishtanti. Therefore, these people are able to follow these teaching of Karma Yoga. And what is the benefit? There are two types of benefit. One is temporary, immediate benefit. Other is long-term benefit. Like when you do Yogasana, there are two types of benefit. One is immediate benefit, you feel fresh. That laziness is there in the body, you feel fresh, you feel energetic immediately. And in long term, some of the disease like diabetes, etc. also is reduced. So yoga has got both the benefits. One benefit is because of yoga you get up early. So you do not have unnecessary sleep. If you get up early, then you have to sleep early. And to sleep early, you have to reduce your watching mobile, watching TV. So many benefits. Immediate benefit. And long-term benefit is that your health is improved. Similarly, Karma Yoga has got two benefits, immediate benefit and long-term benefit. An immediate benefit is a person is free from the bondage in the form of anxiety, bondage in the form of worries, bondage in the form of regrets. So all these bondage are immediately released, because Karma Yoga is the attitude of seeing everything as prasada. And therefore, this person is relatively free from anxiety. So this is free from the bondage of anxiety, worries, tension. And permanent long-term benefit is because of Karma Yoga, he will attain Chitta Shuddhi, and because of Chitta Shuddhi, he will be able to attain knowledge, and knowledge will make him free from the bondage of karma. That is said here, te api, they also karma bihi muchyante, they are released from karma. And this can be seen in two ways. They are freed from the bondage of karma, means they are freed from the reactive mind, tension which is caused because of karma. See, when people do activity, they have a lot of tension. And that is the bondage of karma. They are immediately released from that. And in long term, they become qualified for knowledge. And knowledge is I am akarta, I am non-doer. And because of this knowledge, they are freed from the bondage of karma. And they become free from the cycle of bondage, cycle of the janma marana. And in this manner, te api karma bihi muchyate. So te api karma bihi muchyate is seen in two ways. Immediately they become free from the bondage associated with karma in the form of tension, etc. And in long run, they become free from the bondage of karma of punya papa because of the discovery of the self being actionless. So both ways they are free. The Karma Yoga gives immediate benefit, and it gives this long-term benefit. And therefore, Karma Yoga is great and therefore it is to be followed. That is the message given by Bhagavan. Now in the next sloka, Bhagavan is glorifying Karma Yoga in the language of co-absence. If Karma Yoga is not there, what will happen? That is said in the next sloka. Ye tve tadabhyasuyantah nanutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudhanstam viddhi nashtana chetasah. So here Bhagavan is telling that the people who are not following this life of Karma Yoga means they are leading the life of only Nishiddha Karma, the prohibited activities, and Kamya Karma, the karmas only for fulfilling material desire. I work for what? I work only for getting money and getting sense pleasure. So my life is moving around that only. Money, pleasure. Money, pleasure. I don't believe in Karma Yoga. Person says, why should I work selflessly? I work, it is a strenuous thing and I work for nothing. I don't believe in this Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is only for those people who are not having family, etc. I cannot do Karma Yoga. So they do not follow the teaching of Karma Yoga. For that, what is the reason? One is Achetasaha. They do not have Viveka. Achetasaha means Avivekinaha. The people who do not have discrimination to see the difference between Shreyas and Preyas. Preyas means immediate benefit. The Preyas means that which gives immediate pleasure, but in long run it is harmful. Shreyas means that which is permanent well-being. So these people do not have Viveka, the discrimination of Shreyas and Preyas, and therefore they do not follow. Another reason they do not follow is Abhyasuyantaha me matam. Abhyasuyanta means criticizing, finding the fault with this etad batam, this view. My teaching of Karma Yoga, they are finding fault. They will say that Bhagavan Sri Krishna is very, very arrogant. Why? He is telling you, you offer all your karma to me. What type of arrogant person he is? Why should I offer to him? I will do karma for me. Why should I offer to him? And Krishna wants to establish his supremacy, and therefore he is giving this type of teaching. That is why if Swami sometimes talks about that you should share, people find fault with that. Swamiji wants to do some project, and for project he is preparing the ground that you should give donation. Therefore he is talking too much about sharing. Swamiji must be talking for your growth, but you find fault with that. And that is what the case with these people. Abhyasuyantaha means they are finding fault without any solid basis. Abhyasuyantaha. So two reasons. They do not having Viveka and they are having the fault finding attitude. And in one sloka very beautifully said about this fault finding attitude. He says people find fault in others. If somebody's mistake is very, very small, he sees as very big. But his own mistake is very big, still he doesn't see at all. At least if he sees small also he will correct. So approach is what? We find fault with others. But whatever fault we have, we ignore it. In Gujarati there is one nice saying that this camel is finding fault with elephant. See, elephant has got trunk, this will bend. This peacock, his neck is bent. So this animal, this part is bent. This animal has this part bent. One bent is there. Then somebody said, what about you, sir? You have got everywhere bed. No. So you have so many bends, you do not see, and one bend of everybody you are seeing. So we have so many mistakes. Our mistakes we don't see. If we are seeing our mistakes to the extent we are seeing other mistakes, then we will improve a lot. How many mistakes we are seeing in others? Every day we should say, if I see 5 mistakes in people, I should see 5 mistakes in me also. What are the mistakes which I should correct? Then you will progress very fast. You see mistakes and correct, then you will progress. But most of the people, they do not see their own mistakes. And worse is, even if somebody points out, he will resist. No, I am not like that. If somebody says that you are short-tempered, you are in your expression, you are harsh, no, I am not like that. You are projecting. Then that person cannot grow. In life, you can grow only when you can admit your mistakes. Very few people have that attitude to see their own mistakes and correct. So here this person has fault-finding attitude, and also achetasaha, he does not have viveka. Therefore what? Na anutishtanti me matam. Ye tu. Tu means on the other hand, ye, those who me matam na anutishtanti, they do not follow my teaching of Karma Yoga. My refers to your Bhagavan. Those who do not follow the teaching of Bhagavan regarding Karma Yoga, because they are achetasaha and because they are having fault-finding attitude. Then Bhagavan said, what is the lot? Sarva Jnana Vimudhan Stan. Bhagavan says, may you know them to be Sarva Jnana Vimudhan. May you know them to be deluded with reference to all important knowledge in life. If we are not following Karma Yoga, means they are deluded with regard to all types of knowledge. And here in the pursuit of moksha, two important. One is Dharma Viveka is not there. Other Atma Anatma Viveka also is not there. Dharma Viveka means, Dharma Jnana means that what is Dharma we have seen earlier. Dharma has got 3 aspects. One is duties, other is values, and other is attitude. So this person doesn't know what is the nature of Dharma, what is the nature of Adharma, and therefore he is called here Vimudha. He is deluded. He thinks that going to the temple alone is Dharma, or doing puja, that alone is Dharma. Whereas real Dharma is doing every duty as the worship of the Lord. So he is deluded with regard to that. He doesn't have right understanding. And naturally he will not have the right understanding that I am Atma and everything including the body, mind, sense complex is Anatma. That also is not there. Therefore Sarva Jnana Vimudhan. And this is Nirguna Brahma, this is Saguna Brahma, that is very far off. So these people are Sarva Jnana Vimudha. Now also Vimudha, and because of this approach they will continue to be Vimudha. Vimudha means variously deluded or intensely deluded, having wrong ideas. And another lot is Nashtan Vidhi. These people are doomed, finished. Nashtan literally means finished. So Bhagavan says, may you know these people to be finished. What do we mean by that? This person is alive. Finished means the purpose of human life is not served by this person. Human life is meant for Karma Yoga lifestyle, Karma Yoga to begin with, and finally moksha. This human life is designed for that. If a person does not do that, then his life is a waste. It is something like somebody comes to Gurukulam and he stays here for 1 month, 2 months and does not study at all. Then his visit is a waste. So similarly here Bhagavan says, if a person is having the life, human life, and he does not use it, It is something like you have a mobile and you do not use even though it is required. If you don't require and don't use, good. Or better example, you have got this heater, geyser, but you don't use it because you do not know how to use or you are afraid to use. Even though you are very shivering, your cold water bath is very great problem for you. You fall sick every now and then, but somehow you don't use. Some people are at home, they are afraid of electricity bill. They said, no, 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 we should not use so much bill, 2000 watt, 2000 watt, and don't use. Then what? This geyser is useless. One lady was telling Swamiji, in our house we have so many gadgets, but all the gadgets are in the loft only. What is the use? You bring things and they are just remaining in the loft. Nashtan. Yesterday only in the class I was telling, if you have money and if you cannot use, it is as good as not having money. You have money and you can spend, Bhagavan has given enough, but because of miserliness, if you don't spend, it is as good as not having money. Because a person who does not have money doesn't spend because he doesn't have, and you are also not able to spend. So, not spending is common. Yeah, we don't say that you throw away money, but when it is required for your purpose or when it is required for your family members, when it is required for the society, and Bhagavan has given you enough, even if you spend, you will be able to take care of yourself. It is not that if you spend and then what will happen to you. We are not talking about that. You have money, you can share money. Every month some interest is coming. That interest also is depositing. And from that, whatever interest is that also depositing, not spending at all. There are some trust, they don't spend money. So every now and then income tax will say you have not spent money, 85% you are supposed to spend. We will give you notice, you have to pay the tax if you don't spend. What is the use? There are some people they keep on getting money, they can't spend money. Then that money is waste. Nashtan. Similarly, human life, if you do not use it for getting jnanam, getting moksha, at least getting the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, at least use for that. Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, and Mumukshutvam. Even for that you use, it is worthwhile. But you do not use for that, you use only for two things. What? Artha and Kama. Money and pleasure. Money and pleasure. Then it is Nashtan. They are finished. And therefore what? Karma Yoga is there in your life, you become free from bondage. Karma Yoga is not there, you remain bound. Your life is wasted. Therefore, what is the message? Therefore, you follow the life of Karma Yoga. That is the message in the 31st and 32nd. Now, in the next shloka, Bhagavan is answering a possible question. What is the question? That Bhagavan, your teaching of Karma Yoga is so good. If people follow, they will become free from this bondage immediately and later on also. Immediate relief is there and permanent relief also is there. Then how come people are not following? People should follow. People know that if some people know it and still they are not following. Why? See, most of us know yoga is very good for health. But many of us don't do it. Why? Some reason. What is that reason? Many things you know that they are good, still you don't do. And many things you know that they are not good, still you do it. Both ways. What is right, what is good for you, you know it is good for me, you don't do it. Certain things, watching certain programs, watching these videos and all this on YouTube and all, that is harmful. But still, people do it. And what is good? Early morning, getting up, going to the temple, doing exercise, good, we don't do it. Why it is happening like this? One person was recently telling that, Swamiji, how come I am not doing even my own things in time? Why am I not taking responsibility of myself? Why all the time I procrastinate? I will do it later, and then I have to pay penalty. Even some people are so lazy that they don't even reach cinema theater on time. So lazy. One person was telling Swami, hardly we have seen full movie anytime. Even for that they are late. We had that one couple in Bangalore. So they used to come. I used to tell them, see, you have to come 12 o'clock because otherwise they are bringing bhiksha for me. And they have come, they are supposed to come 12 and they will come 1:15. So I have got other things to do. So I used to tell them, you please come. But otherwise I will not take bhiksha. I used to tell them, but I used to take afterwards. But I used to tell them that you please. So they slowly, they told Swami, because of you are little bit we have become regular. So lazy. Means is a habit. Becoming late is a habit. It is not that the time is not there. They have time for other things. Anyway, they have to do it. So there are certain habits. That's what Bhagavan is going to say. These certain habits are that because of which people do not do what is right for them, what is good for them, and people do it what is not good for them. That is said in the next sloka. Why people are not following the teaching of Bhagavan, teaching on Karma Yoga given by Bhagavan. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakritirjnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kinkarishyati. This is a very popular sloka of the 3rd chapter and even Bhagavad Gita. Especially this Sadrisham Cheshtate Swasyaha. So what Bhagavan is saying, that there is something called disposition, particular habit of thinking and doing things. And that is called Prakriti. Here it is called Prakriti. What we call generally my nature. Our this MP, Rajya Sabha MP, when she was retiring, then she was known for her temper. She used to lose temper every now and then. Even in Rajya Sabha, she used to lose. Then she is retiring, she says, I know I am getting so much angry, but what to do? That is my nature. People say like this. That Swamiji, what to do? You told me not to do this, but so what? This is my nature. Why are you abusing others? Oh, it is my nature. In some region in Gujarat, there is some area where people, they are used to that abusive language so much. Even when two brothers are talking, they will be abusing each other. It's not that they mean to abuse, but that is how their language. So that is called Prakriti. Prakriti means Swabhava. Swabhava, what is Swabhava? Bhagavan Bhashyakara explains that whatever right or wrong actions we have done in the past, whatever desires we have entertained in the past janma, all of them create impressions in our mind, samskara. When you experience something, it will create samskara. When you do something, there will be samskara, means impression of that action. When you know something, it will create impression. So every experience causes samskara, impressions. And it is something like, when you are watching something in your mobile or anything, you can have the history. So your computer is keeping the record of what you are doing. Therefore, if you want to see by chance, yesterday I saw some program, but half it was. So you can go to history, your own history, and it will be recorded there. So what you are doing, it is there. They keep history for 1 day, 2 days, whatever you have said. Some people, they don't like to keep history because they don't want others to know. So by chance, very dangerous thing. What they are watching, that he doesn't want his wife or children to see.
Also geography.
Where
he was, when he was.
Yeah, that is different.
Geography also.
That is different. Let me tell you, when a teacher is doing the job, you should not disturb the teacher. Huh? Okay. So, as it is there in this computer, similarly in our mind, it is getting registered. That whatever experience you have, especially the experience which had some impact, that remains. Other impressions are slowly dropped off. But these, suppose you had a fight with somebody and you fought and that person shouted at you, you shouted back, you use abusive language, that person, so it had some impact. And the impression of that experience will remain in your mind. You did some good thing and you felt happy about it. That also will leave impressions. So all impressions put together, which is manifested in this life, is called Prakriti. So Prakriti means Swabhava. Swabhava means what we call nature, disposition, habit, inclination. Is what? It is the manifestation of the impressions gathered in the past from your own experience. Right or wrong actions you did, it created some impression. And that gets manifested in this life. See, one thing, you have got the impressions of so many janmas. A person might be a donkey also. So he has got the samskara of donkey also. Therefore, sometimes people behave like donkey. Yes, he has got samskara of dog also. But depending upon the body, this samskara will be predominantly manifesting. So now we are in human form. Therefore, the human samskaras which are suitable for human body, that will manifest. Therefore, these, we have got experience of snake also, tiger also, all these are there, but they will not be predominantly manifesting. So what is this Prakriti? The manifestation of the impressions gathered from the experience in the past, this life and previous life. That is called Prakriti. And what we generally call nature, tendency, disposition. So Bhagavan says here that people behave according to their tendency. All people, if they are not alert, they behave according to their swabhava, their tendency. And the Prakriti is of three types, depending upon the predominance of which guna you have. One is called Sattvic Prakriti, other is called Rajasa Prakriti, Tamasa Prakriti. Sattvic Prakriti means the Prakriti which is having this inclination to knowledge, peace, happiness, harmony. That is called Sattvic Prakriti. That person will do only those activities which are leading him to knowledge. He will be fond of reading. He will love to spend time in library. He will love to spend time, reading any book, getting information. He will like the geography channel. He will not like the Saspi Kabhi Bhauti. That he will not do. He will be watching geography. That what is the natural geography? Some channel is there. So he Sattvic Prakriti. And Rajasa Prakriti means this Prakriti which is having inclination to activities, earning more and more money, enjoying more and more sense pleasure. That is Rajasa Prakriti. They always like to talk. They can't keep quiet. Whereas Sattvic Prakriti person likes to keep quiet. Rajasa Prakriti, if it asks them to keep maunam for one day, it is a punishment. Big punishment. Swamiji, one day, how can I be maunam? 1 hour is difficult. People, they can't remain without talking. Rajasa Prakriti. Tamasa Prakriti means they will have inertia, laziness. They don't like to get up. Even if they want to drink water, they will wait for somebody to come. Even it is there only. He'll be always watching who is coming. And now somebody comes, can you give me water? Hey, you can get up. No, he will not get up. Laziness, inertia. So even for he is asked to go for a walk 4 rounds. From there also he'll try to find a shortcut. He said, if I do like this, I can complete this turn, complete these rounds, in a shorter distance. That laziness, tamasa prakriti. So these are the prakriti. And according to prakriti, this disposition, what we generally call nature, people behave. And even if you give some instruction, generally it will not have long lasting effect. If you tell the person, no, keep quiet. So in front of you, 5 minutes he'll keep quiet. Again he will start talking. People hide. It is something like child is told not to watch this mobile, these videos, etc. Then what he will do? He will cover, and under the blanket he will watch. That's what he does. But people should not know. So here Bhagavan is telling that why people are not following my teaching. He says, because of certain prakriti, because of certain value, the unconscious value or conscious values, which is in the form of prakriti, people do not follow my teaching. That's what he says. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakriter danavan api. Danavan api means even well informed person. Everyone, so Danavan api means sarvo jantuhu. Everyone, including well informed person, cheshtate. Cheshtate means acts. Swasyaha prakritehe sadrisham. Sadrisham is in keeping with, according to. Everyone, including an informed person, acts sadrisham, in keeping with, according to. Swasyaha prakritehe, one's own nature, disposition. Therefore, some people, they like to do certain things. However much you stop, they will do it. If you tell them, don't get up so early, to do this puja, then somehow they will hide and do it. But they like to do puja. Some people like to watch certain match or something. However much you do, you will do it. So everyone acts according to one's prakriti, disposition, inclination. And prakritim yanti bhutani. Bhagavan says bhutani, all living beings, yanti, go by prakriti, their disposition. Sattvic prakriti, rajasa prakriti, tamasa prakriti. Whatever disposition predominantly they have, they go by that. And Bhagavan says, Nigraha kim karishyati. Nigraha means the prohibition. Don't do this. Do this. Kim karishyati. What will it do? Means it will not do anything. That is why by mere instructions you cannot change person. If you keep on giving instruction, person may not have real transformation. Person himself has to understand and work for it, then only transformation will happen. That is why Pujya Swamiji used to say that mere instruction, do this, don't do this, does not change the person. Yeah, initially perhaps these do's and don'ts are used so that person tries to at least learns to be grossly disciplined. But that type of instruction based discipline will not last long. Finally, person has to understand the value of it. Then only real transformation will happen. So Bhagavan says, if this inner transformation has not happened, the prakriti has not been addressed, then instruction, what will it do? Means it will not do anything. So Bhagavan is giving the answer to the question, why people are not doing right thing and why people are doing wrong things. Answer is that even though person is informed, but his prakriti, his disposition, the natural traits is opposite to his information, then generally prakriti, his natural traits will overpower. Somehow we will do that. They will find out the ways to do it. And that is how Bhagavan says that Prakriti of the person does not allow the person to do right thing, and Prakriti of the person makes the person do wrong things. And this shloka will help us to accept people. We may say that I instructed you, but still you are not doing. See, mere instruction does not work for a long time. You ask yourself, many things you have been instructed by the teachers, by Shastra. Are you following all of them? No. So this is a funny thing. We do not follow the teachings, but we want others to follow. We may be able to follow in one area, but 5 areas I am not able to follow. Whereas other person is not able to follow that area which I am following. But he may be following some area. But our expectation is what? I may do wrong things, but you should do right things. Many parents have that. They themselves are addicted, but they want their children not to be addicted. How is it possible? So Bhagavan says that Prakriti is really powerful. Therefore, you understand that person is helpless. See, person is having this addiction. Addiction is a disease. So it needs to be treated. You said, I told you not to drink. Why are you drinking? You also said, no, I will not drink. Really speaking, sometimes person wants to get rid of that, but he feels helpless. The chemical neurology itself is change of the person. The chemicals are different. The chemical dependency is developed. And therefore, when 9 o'clock he is taking, so somehow, up to 8:55, say, I will not do. 9 o'clock, 9:05, get up and do it. And that is why Bhagavan is saying that Prakriti is there, and therefore we do not hate people. In fact, we can sympathize with people. The people who are addicted, to them we sympathize and try to help them to the extent we can. Yeah, we can draw the boundaries so that they don't hurt us, harm us. That is necessary. But we do not hate the person, because person is helpless. How do you know helpless? You ask yourself. Aren't you helpless in some areas where you want to change but you are not able to change? There are some areas. Many times you have decided to get up early, you don't get up. Many times you have decided to do yogas regularly, you don't do. So you are not able to follow what you have decided. Similarly, they also are not able to follow what they have decided. Therefore, Bhagavan is giving the answer and also indirectly helping us to understand and empathize with people. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.